Welcome. My name is Lachlan Frederick.
And I'm Joe Higley. We are both students at the College of Western Idaho.
The special program you're about to see was created by talented students just like us who worked hard on this presentation.
In honor of CWI's 10th anniversary, we searched the entire campus for some of the best students, teachers, and programs that empower us to further our education.
To start, we're going to show you one alumni who achieved her goals through hard work and dedication. Our classmate Ashley Holland shows one graduate who's discovered that fear can lead to greatness.
Mackenzie Young has chosen the path less traveled. Most people find a traditional job working for somebody else, but when she decided that she wanted to be a coach in life, business, and spirituality, she did something that frightened her, but also excited her.
I made the decision to be my own boss.
But yeah, he always told me you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
This young entrepreneur has made a name for herself in her hometown.
So born and raised here in Boise. I was born specifically in Meridian, if you're really wondering. I can achieve anything I set my mind to.
I can achieve anything I set my mind to.
Because I just woke up one day and I was tired, I was depressed, I was lonely, and I thought, there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more to life than working a 9 to 5 and doing something that I absolutely hated.
I'm truly they made it, ladies, okay?
But how was she able to get herself out of this rut?
Do the scary things anyway and go with the flow and love the journey.
For example, she took some classes here at CWI that were far out of her comfort zone.
Really though.
I took a public speaking class by Johnny Rowing, and it absolutely was phenomenal, and it changed everything for me. His class was that stepping stone to put me out of my comfort zone and really helped me to step into my zone of genius. Now I'm about to speak in front of 200 Boise boss babes.
If you are afraid of blah, 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 get rid of your excuse and show up, because those people need you. Those people need your business.
CWI has come in helpful for her throughout her journey.
None of my family members went to college. I was the first generation, and so I was very scared and confused. I'm so glad I had the advisors to help walk me through that.
All you moms out there, give yourselves a round of applause, please.
The advisors are amazing. That's something that I really liked at CWI, was that they would walk you through the process, and they made the process seamless for me. So I loved that intimacy at CWI, and that was something that I don't see, you don't really see that at universities and things like that. You basically are super set up for success, and that's what I loved. I really highly recommend CWI to everyone who wants to go to college, right? Because it doesn't have to be scary.
If you guys didn't know, you obviously don't know, I graduated from CWI a little bit ago.
I'm a regular girl, right? Born and raised here in Boise, but I just decided to go for it.
So next time, make the choice that frightens you. I'm Ashley Holland, Studio CWI.
You may think of CWI as just a place to get a diploma.
But for Nikita Mitzvitsky, it's so much more.
Olivia Purdue found out that Nikita is using networking to his fullest advantage.
Hoping to better himself and improve his life, Nikita returned to CWI to study business after previously dropping out.
I decided to go back to school after certain events happened in my life that made me realize that bettering yourself is probably the overall better solution.
Nikita discovered his passion for business when his friend taught him how to flip cars. The process of buying cars at a low price, improving their condition, and selling them for a higher price than the one you originally paid.
And once I made my first dollar by myself instead of working for anybody else, it kind of just drove me to thinking, wow, this is very cool. I made my own money, and so I want to learn how to do it on a bigger scale.
After his first semester studying business at CWI, Nikita realized he wasn't just learning skills that would help him get a better job. He was learning how to understand how the world works and how to use this knowledge to improve his everyday life.
If you take even a semester of accounting, it makes you realize how important numbers and the asset relocation of everything is, because it teaches you how to be financially responsible, which is something that's not taught in schools right now. School by itself isn't necessarily important, but the knowledge absolutely is, and that's where school comes in. It gives you that knowledge by offering you resources to study, to understand the world in a little bit of a better way.
Out of all the resources Nikita has, he believes that the knowledge he's gained from networking with fellow students and faculty has benefited him the most.
I've met some cool people here, I've met some cool staff, I've gotten some scholarships that I didn't even apply for because I became acquainted with the staff that actually works for the school. There's opportunities absolutely everywhere. You just have to go out and grab them yourself. School isn't just a place to excel at learning, but it's a place to network. And if you can make those two things work, I promise you your lifestyle will change dramatically for the better.
Once Nikita graduates from CWI, he plans to go on to BSU to get his master's in business administration. For Studio CWI, I'm Olivia Purdue.
You know, Lachlan, another thing I like about CWI is that it's affordable.
I can definitely agree with that. I know I wouldn't be here if it cost me an arm and a leg.
The price empowers students who can't afford those fancy big universities to come here and have the same quality experience.
So the reason why I choose CWI is the cost, because compared to other colleges, it's not as expensive as the others. So I think coming here, I could afford it, and knowing that education is already expensive, so why not come here? So I think what CWI did is it started me out with the basics, so I know what I need to do, and it has allowed me to find out what I really love, because you have to do something that you really love. So it doesn't make sense I continue in something that I don't like. But I think CWI has allowed me to say, yes, this is what I really want to do. So, yeah. A positive way CWI has helped me is the confidence in myself, because the person that I've met, it's like they always tell me that I can do it. So it's like I continue to believe in myself that yes, I can actually do this no matter what. Because sometimes, well, not sometimes, it's always hard. So yeah, I just need to that's one positive thing. The person that I've met, they have made something much better for me. So yeah. So I want to thank CWI for everything that they have done for me, because without them, I'd be standing here, because knowing that college is so expensive and the different scholarship process, because there's so many persons that applied for the scholarship, and then I'm one of those lucky persons that they chose. So I'm really thankful for all of that.
Don't go anywhere. Studio CWI will be right back after this message.
I served in the Navy for close to 7 years, and when I chose to come to CWI, I was very impressed with the professionalism and the efficiency of veteran services. They helped me get off to a great start.
For Dallas and I, as our veteran services coordinators, it's really important that we see our veterans succeed. We want them to come in, feel welcome, and that's what we're here to help.
You too. Come on back.
CWI is also special because it works as a springboard for students who want to further their education at a different location.
Mackenzie Molesworth achieved more at CWI when she graduated with an associate's degree in health science. However, our classmate Andrew Hunt discovered that she did not stop there.
I've wanted to be a nurse ever since I can remember. I am currently at Boise State right now. I just got accepted into Boise State's bachelor's nursing program.
Mackenzie is a hard-working undergrad seeking to obtain her bachelor's degree through BSU. But before that, she's at CWI, learning what it takes to be in the nursing program.
A little bit scared because their health science classes are extremely intimidating, I've heard, and extremely hard and rigorous. And I took my first anatomy and physiology class over the summer with James Trapp. Loved him to death. He was super helpful. Never had a better instructor in my entire life, and I got an A in his class because of him.
Mackenzie was a health science student at CWI and had the opportunity to gain hands-on experience in simulation lab.
So my favorite thing about the dummies was we actually were able to learn the birthing process of the babies, and it was actually like a real human. They weigh almost as much as a human. It's like you're actually working on a real human before you get to step out in the field and actually work on a real human.
The experience Mackenzie had received at CWI, she was now ready to continue her journey at BSU.
I'm going to get my BSN here in about 2.5 years. I came to Boise State this semester because I graduated with my associate's degree in biology healthcare this last December, so there was really no more classes that I could take at CWI. So I came here to further my education just in case nursing didn't work out. CWI prepared me beyond belief. I've heard that they're not dissing on BSU or whatever, but their prerequisite program and their, classes that are going to prepare you for actual nursing school are more beneficial because the instructors are more willing to work with you because they don't have as many students. So that's another reason why I chose CWI, because the instructors are a lot more hands-on with their students.
Mackenzie has had a fantastic head start with the CWI's program, and she's been able to launch into BSU with relative ease. This is Andrew Hunt, Studio CWI.
We've seen a lot of different students today, but a college isn't a college without teachers. Lachlan, what's your favorite thing about the teachers of CWI?
I really like how they come from all sorts of different areas and just the amount of experience they bring to our classes. I mean, they can teach us how a subject works, but they also teach us what it's like when we work.
And you know they really care about the crafts because they're not here for the money. Isn't that right, Professor Dan?
Just stick to the script.
With such a diverse community, it's interesting to see what brings a teacher to CWI. Our classmate Katie Jordan found someone who showed us what makes CWI a great place to teach.
Stephanie always thought she wanted to be a journalist, but that all changed after her first criminal justice class. Now she gets to share that same passion with her students.
I have taught at CWI since the first semester, first as an adjunct and then as a full-time faculty. So I've been here full-time since January of 2011.
Stephanie quickly realized that CWI was different from other schools.
I taught at Boise State before I came to CWI, and I really enjoyed teaching there, but from the first day that I was in a classroom at CWI, I knew that I only wanted to teach at a community college afterwards. I think one of the best things about CWI is the people who are here. And there's research that shows that if students are engaged, that they're going to perform better. And I feel like students have so many opportunities here, whether it be a student club or working with faculty on a project. And I think that helps keep them engaged, which really makes CWI an awesome place. I just love teaching students about criminal justice. It's an exciting topic, but I love it when they can make connections to their own life.
Stephanie's passion for teaching extends beyond her students.
I would love for people to know more about our criminal justice department. We have students can have the opportunity to learn about all aspects of criminal justice. In all of our courses, we have really tried to make sure that students connect not just what they're reading, but to what's going on in the community. Working with the criminal justice students here and the Canyon County Sheriff's Office, we put together a display called What Were You Wearing? And the point of that display is to highlight survivors of sexual assault.
At the end of the day, there's one thing Stephanie loves most about teaching at CWI.
If I could give any message to my past CRID students or current ones, I am so proud of you guys. And I love it when I have some students who come back as guest speakers now because they're working in the criminal justice field or running into them. And I think it's fabulous. And I want you guys all to come back and update us on what you're doing and talk to the students who are here now. You guys are awesome.
Thanks to wonderful professors like Stephanie Breach, the students at CWI have been able to achieve more over the past 10 years. This is Katie Jordan, Studio CWI.
CWI is more than just another thing on the schedule, and it's more than just classes. It has empowered communities and forged semester-long families.
Up next, we're going to talk about these communities, from our very own media arts program to the shining jewel of CWI, the speech and debate team. Up next, we're going to have Demi Harris show us how a relatively small portion of CWI stays so connected.
So media arts started as an idea. Step inside any media arts class at the College of Western Idaho, and you'll soon discover how that one idea came to life.
We're devoted to making sure that you don't get out of here as a one-trick pony. You'll be a pretty good shooter, a pretty good editor, a pretty good writer, a pretty good performer, a pretty good person who can visualize how to communicate as a storyteller in the 21st century.
Action. Learning how to be that storyteller for the future is exactly what Jay Bates, an industry professional and professor here in the Media Arts program, hopes students take away from their experience.
Professors, I had come and been a guest speaker a couple of times, and we all got together and we talked about things that we need in our workforce that we aren't necessarily seeing out of graduates anymore. And out of that came the idea of, well, what if we started to teach these kids these skills much earlier and then gave them opportunities in a professional setting so that they could learn from that as well.
Just like the professional world, students in the media arts major are challenged every day.
It's intimidating, it's scary, and you're pretty vulnerable when you're putting out some content that's super creative.
It's one thing to be a confident person, but to really put something out there that you're proud of and have it ripped apart accordingly, it's a new experience, but it's a great thing to get used to.
Through the vulnerability, students learn to accept constructive criticism as professors help them develop their passions.
Short package here.
It's really important that students are allowed that creativity to express who they are and take the degree where they want to take it.
The Media Arts degree here at CWI isn't just a major. It has developed into a creative community of young storytellers.
If you think you're a storyteller, come on. We'll help bring that out.
Studio CWI, I'm Demi Harris.
Hey! Made it through over half the show. Don't go anywhere. Studio CWI will be back shortly.
Pop quiz, Joe.
Bring it.
In the 10 years CWI has been in existence, how many times has our speech and debate team won a national championship?
5.
Higher.
6.
Higher.
92.
Lower.
7?
Yes. We sat down with our speech and debate team recently and talked to them about their recent tournament in New York and how they've been able to succeed so much.
My name is Jim Gatfield. I'm the Director of Forensics, Speech and Debate Coach here at CWI, and a Communication Professor.
And then my name is Bryce Funkhauser. I am a second-year competitor on the CWI Speech and Debate team.
I firmly believe that our success comes from the amount of work that the students put in. We work hard, harder than even other teams I know we compete against. For instance, we went to nationals in March. We got there the day before competition started, and where other teams were going and messing around New York, having fun, and I understand why, but we spent the day at the hotel, and we did a miniature tournament, we worked on pieces, we were pushing things forward, getting ready so that the next day when competition started, we were all warmed up. We get there early, students find their space, they set it up. So we've built a culture of you work hard if you want to have it pay off. That's reinforced then with the incredible peer support that the students have. They work together on coaching each other in clinics, they meet outside of class, they help each other out. So yeah, we've got a good coaching staff, good alumni staff that come in. All of those things are important. A lot of programs have those, but I think our program is so successful because we work hard.
So I've done this for a couple of years, and Jim is by far like one of the most supportive coaches I've ever had. A lot of what he says, like it depends on how hard you work, is entirely true, but if you put in the work and if you show that you want to be there, then Jim will be there with you every step of the way, along with all the other coaches and all the other alumni and even the students that come in. So whatever work you put in, you can be pretty sure that you're going to have an entire support staff come in, help you put in just as much. My first year coming in, I didn't quite know a whole lot about it, and so I wasn't really like too sure what was going to happen. And then after about the first or second week, it really kicked in that okay, we're here to compete and we're gonna do our best and we're gonna win, because we're here to win. So it really clicked in about then that this was something a lot of people took seriously and loved to do. And so if you were going to be here, then you love it just as much. So this is my second year competing for the CWI team. And it's a really cool experience to be able to go and take like 10 minutes out of your day and out of other people's days to share something that's like truly meaningful to you. Like get up and present a topic and a platform that a whole lot of people don't have the opportunity to present in somewhere like New York, where you get a wide variety of differing opinions and a bunch of different people just showing and expressing what they're passionate about. So being able to come from Idaho and go across the country to share something that means something to you and people around you is just an incredible opportunity. I actually went last year to Tennessee, and that was just as great. It was really cool. Every time you go somewhere new, you're going to have people with different ideas, different opinions, different things they like to do and love to share. And so just the exposure you get from going around the country and to different states and different tournaments and actually seeing what people do and why they care about the program they're in is great. So yeah, there's a little bit. Basically what it comes down to is you're as nervous as you can be right before you go up. Like you get shaky, you get jittery, and you wonder what'll happen if you mess up. And then you go up and you've worked so hard. You've had the coaches there the entire time. You've had your support staff and your peers. And then as soon as you go up and give your speech, it all just kind of melts away. You're talking about something you love, and you have the opportunity to share that with a lot of people. And so any fear, any nerves you got just kind of go away while you're presenting that.
I mean, every year is going to be its own challenge, but the thing about nationals that's always fun is we look at it as a learning opportunity for the next season as well, because as you mentioned, we typically only get to work over in this part of the United States. We compete over in Oregon and that kind of thing. And so going to New York, we look ahead, and I spent countless hours trying to scout the other sizes of the teams, trying to figure out who are we competing against, but you can't know everything. And so we always try to look at it as, okay, if we have done everything that we know and all of the preparation that we have found to be successful in the past, and the team is as ready as they can be, we try to use the motto of going with no regrets, then the week of the tournaments, students are as ready as they have a chance to be. They have no regrets. And I, as a coach, I go and I judge other rounds and that kind of thing, and I use it as a massive learning opportunity myself to say, all right, what's the Midwest doing this season in speech events? What is the East Coast doing in debate events? And it helps prepare us for other years going forward. So there's always jitters of, it's always the beauty of the program, yes, is we've been very successful, but with that comes the pressure every year of can we do it again? And so there's always that. But it's also a lot of fun to say, here's the end of our season. We get to show it to other people who love this as much as we do, and we get to learn and see what they've been doing while we've been over here for the past 12 months. So it's always a rewarding experience from that perspective. So this is one of 4 trophies we brought home from nationals, but this is the National Championship Community College Trophy. We won as obviously a top community college, but we also this year had the honor of being named 6th place out of all 71 schools, so even the 4-year schools competing there, which is one of the best performances we've certainly ever had, the best performance we've had since I've been coaching the team, and one that we're all very proud of. This one, big eagle here, this is our Division III championship for the Northwest Forensics Conference. Most of our tournaments are competed in this region, so we go over to Oregon for most of them. And there are designated tournaments each year, 3 of them, that cumulatively they add up points and they determine who are the top schools in the division. Division III is for community colleges. And so we won this for our performance over the designated tournaments over the fall and into the spring. You have things you care about. You have things you're passionate about. And public speaking is an amazing way to bring this out. We will help you find the tools to find the passion that you've already got in there. So don't let something that's been hard or you've never done before keep you from finding a voice. And trust me, the national championships are amazing, and our success in tournaments is very, very, it's something I'm very proud of. But watching students come in, develop a voice, and become the best version of themselves is the thing I'm most proud of as a coach.
Like Jim said, the trophies are cool, winning things is cool, but honestly what it comes down to is do it because you can. Like, a whole lot of people don't get the opportunity to talk about things they're passionate about, to have a platform to share with people issues they think need to be shared, and speak in front of
people that want to listen. So even though it's scary, even though you might think that it's something that you can't do because you've never done it, that's not the truth. You can go up and you can do whatever you want because you have this opportunity. Take the opportunity when it's there and show people why you're passionate about what you're passionate about, because then you can share it with other people. If you're nervous, if you're worried about it, know that you've got an entire support staff of coaches, of alumni, and of teammates that are going to be there to help you throughout the way. And every one of them is just as passionate about this as you are.
So the first thing to do probably is contact myself or Mark Galaviz, Jim Gatfield at CWIdaho.cc, Mark Galaviz at CWIdaho.cc. We're the two coaches. We're happy to talk to you, answer any questions. It's a class you sign up for. It's COM 114. We meet Fridays here at the NCAB building from 11 to 5. It sounds like a long class, but we spend the time working, doing debate rounds. It goes by faster than you'd think. If you're interested at all, if you're a COM 101 student, our contact information is in the custom materials in the book. I think it's in the back of the book now, so you can see a picture of the team and get the information there. But we're happy to talk to anybody who's interested in the team. This is for all of you.
While the speech and debate team is winning national championships left and right, the current students aren't going to be there forever. This is why they're building up future stars.
One of the ways they're building them up is through the rookie tournament. This tournament takes place debate in 3 rounds. This was Maria Albaran's first time debating in a live fire situation, but hopefully not her last.
Winning is the main, it's definitely nice to win, but it's not the main thing that I wanted out of debate. I think in debate you definitely learn a lot about you keep up with what's going on in the world, because you just have to, because you have 30 minutes to prep, and most of the things that come to you in those 30 minutes are things that you should kind of have a background on. So we definitely keep up with the news, or I know Robert has given me tips on what to put on my phone to keep up with the news, because you do need a little bit of background. If not, you're going to spend those 30 minutes looking up the background and then no time for to actually set up your debate. You definitely learn a lot more. It's not, you can get any topic they choose. You really learn about everything. You learn not just about what's going on here in America, you learn about what's going on in other places, and it just really, you learn a lot, and you don't learn one specific thing. It's all types of things. So I would recommend it, because you definitely get a lot more than you think you would.
In the next 10 years, CWI can continue to become a place where those who are willing can grow to something greater.
I got to talk to the man who saw CWI grow the most these last 10 years, President Burt Glandon.
If you're living in an environment where you have to qualify to do this, qualify to do that, it keeps a lid on things. And quite frankly, community college, opening up to everybody and saying, we can make you better, we can make you stronger. You can learn, you can achieve, you can get this skill set. Once they start to believe that gets out in the community, the kinds of successes that we have, that changes everything.
With more students, bigger building, and better equipment on the way, the only direction left for CWI is up.
We want to give a toast to those who have worked so hard on this project, especially those who have shared their stories with us.
Hey man, I don't drink.
Neither do I. It's apple juice.
In that case, a toast to the student and faculty of CWI for helping us learn and grow.
To 10 more years.
Thanks for watching.
How about those? The Seahawks are doing pretty good, man.
Do it, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to hear about the AMAC clap? We did a great job. You know what?
Yeah.
I hope the Seahawks win this everything.
I hope the Titans win it.
You're great, Dan. You're also great.
We're gonna keep it moving up. No. The Titans are totally gonna win the Super Bowl this year because Marcus Mariota is the quarterback. They're gonna beat the Texans. Texans are